pollution reduction?
I'm going to be pretty brief with this. Previously, the board authorized us, in light of our discoveries this year, to prepare an amendment to the pollution reduction plan. We've talked about the pollution reduction plan in our MS4 permit in great length so far this year. We implemented the stormwater BMPs that are spelled out in the pollution reduction plan, the inlet filter bags. Those were installed in the catch basins that were recommended over the summer. We started tracking their effectiveness, their sediment removal. It became pretty apparent pretty quickly that we're not going to meet our pollution removal requirements. Based on the terms of our permit, we have certain annual requirements, certain percentages to remove pollutants, sediment, nitrogen, phosphorus, things of that nature for receiving waters in our township. So the original plan was approved in 2019. The inlet filter bags were installed as per the approved plan over the summer. And we started tracking data, and it's clear that our watersheds were not going to meet our DEP requirements. So we have taken a look at some potential alternative projects. A few of these were presented to the board earlier in the fall. I think our September 7th meeting, I had some example projects and some cost estimates, things of that nature. And we've prepared this plan amendment. So this plan amendment includes a combination of projects: stream bank restoration, rain garden, bioswales, things of that nature that we should consider proceeding with in terms of being able to meet our MS4 permit requirement. So, like I mentioned, there's an annual requirement every year, and we have to have implemented those by the end of this permit cycle, which is going to expire in June of 2024. So, based on the inlet filter bags, we're not going to take it, and that's abundantly clear now. I think, as we've talked about, it'd be a prudent step to prepare this document, adopt it, and then ultimately provide this to DEP to show them, hey, we're acknowledging that this plan is insufficient, but we've amended it, and here's what we're planning to do in the future to meet our future requirements. So, PRP amendments require a 30-day public comment period for review by members of the township. I would suggest that it gets put up on the township's website, but I guess my thought process, or in terms of a schedule right now, is we can advertise and hold a 30-day public comment period, allow the board to review it, potentially allow the board at the beginning of next year to review it, and then make a decision and potentially submit this to the department for their approval. So, go ahead, Michelle.
30 days from now, we'll have a different board.
Right.
That's just a fact.
That's just a fact.
He's going to table to that.
Well, it's just a discussion item right now, but if we advertise it now, 30 days from now, you have a different board.
Right.
Just let it move to next month then?
Is that gonna cause an issue for Union Township?
Um,
I know this is a DEP thing.
So we're submitting our permit renewal by the end of this year. Our office has that ready to go, and it'll be turned in. That's going to renew our MS4 permit for another 5 years. It's going to look better in the eyes of DEP, in my opinion, if we've showed them, hey, we're acknowledging that our approved plan is insufficient, but we're going to potentially take strides during our next permit cycle to make improvements. So
as you're aware.
early part of 2024 would be fine.
Okay, so that would be fine. I was gonna say.
I think so, but we should
This board
submit
should
it.
make the decision to advertise, and as you know,
Right.
the staff started to set up emails for the new supervisors coming in.
Right.
anything that they would have to vote on in January, or look at if you could start, once you get those email addresses, if you could start sending information for them over.
Right. Yep.
I mean, I don't see an issue with staying compliant with our MS4.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I mean, we're potentially gonna face penalties for not meeting our removal requirements for this permit cycle. That's just the way that it is.
What type of penalties?
now,
I'd have to study the terms of it.
this is the,
Permit.
what the old engineer had designed for our MS4, we just followed through with it. It's not sufficient, it is not sufficient.
Okay.
Yeah, when, we've met all of our general permit requirements over the summer, that's been done, we turned in our annual report, we're in much better standing from that regard, but this pollution reduction plan is a separate component, an additional component of what we're required to do. And specific to this, we're struggling to meet our
Don't
requirements.
forget we replaced that stove thing.
That helps, that doesn't remove any
Gas tank
sediment.
spill thing, but
So, yeah, I guess my long-winded summary would be, take a look at this, there's a combination of projects, there's cost estimates, there's funding opportunities, we've already submitted a grant application for one of these projects that's in here. And I think the be-all, end-all recommendation would be, this is something that we should move on very quickly in 2024, so that we get out ahead of this and face as little penalty as possible when this permit cycle runs its course.
So, is it okay if any of those future supervisors reach out to you with a question?
Absolutely, I would welcome that, yes.
So, we'll get them emailed all the information so they can,
So do we
the
wanna
unfunded mandate fund.
hold off on doing our public comments till next year?
I think I'd be the best thing to do.
Okay.
If that's